Hey, what's up, you guys? I wanted to pop in here real quick and talk about organization a little bit. Honestly, I think this is something that can trip people up and almost become a distraction to the business, if I'm being serious, if I'm being honest. I think I hear a lot of people trying to get their organization just right before they even start. And I don't know if you've read Get Over Your Damn Self, one of the books that we as a team have read before, and one that I recommend a lot to new coaches just to kind of get their feet wet with the kind of businesses that we run and how this works, and just a lot of great amazing tips from someone that has succeeded in this industry, you know. And I think one of the best tips that she gives is to just start, you know, and not to overthink your organization. Now, if you're like, no, I'm an organizational geek and it's not going to overwhelm you, I want you to check out the 12-day the part in the 12-day new coach training where Kelly Brown really goes over a system really that you can get into if you choose to. And I do believe as you start to have challengers, as your team starts to grow, you will have to dive into that, but not right off the bat. And so I wanted to teach you how to make organization easy without overwhelming yourself. And honestly, you only need two things. You only need two things to get organized. And so I'm going to break that down super quick for you. And I just want you to put it into action. You know, what I'm going to tell you right now is something I used right off the bat that Doug Fitzgerald taught me, and then of course other organizational systems kind of developed. But I wanted to touch on this, and I wanted to give you an idea of how to start this business, how to start making progress, how to start making, you know, $250, you know, to cover your shake and to give you some wiggle room in your budget, maybe some fun money, some date night, maybe a massage or extra money to start saving for a vacation. We have to get started. We can't keep getting ready to get ready, you know, and sometimes organization is something that we spend a lot of time getting ready to get ready. That and watching way too many Facebook Lives. And so I really want you to put your blinders on. I want you to take these two tips right here, and I want you to push the I believe button, and I want you to get going. And all you need is some type of like paper, right? And so I have mine in this pretty, like, you know, faith-based, you know, I have, you know, it's just empty papers, but you can get like a legal pad, you know, like a yellow legal pad. You can go grab some of your kids' supplies that they didn't use from school, their little, you know, spiral, you know, paper, you know what I mean? You know, it doesn't need to be fancy, is what I'm trying to tell you. I just need you to go get some paper. You know what I mean? You can, you know, I've done it before where all I had was loose leaf paper, and I had one of those, like, you know, clip things, and I just clipped my paper together. It does not have to be fancy. We just have to get started. And your list is everything, and you'll hear me talk about that over and over and over again. And it's the first thing that I teach my new coaches. The first thing I ask them to do before I'll even get on a call with them is they have to have their list of 100 names, because just like a pastor, you know, just like someone that starts their new hair styling business, they just got out of cosmetology school, or someone that, you know, just got out of, you know, school for, you know, anything that's like nail school, or, you know, anything like that. You have to have a list, right? And so we have to make sure in this business that's the number one thing that you always have and you're always adding to. So right now, something Chad and I do every single month is we refresh our list, we rewrite our list, we go over our list, and we make sure that that funnel is full. And that's something you'll hear me teach on, is that to create that income 250 that we are after is our job is to help you through your fitness journey have financial success. You know what I mean? And I don't want any of you guys to feel like you're ever volunteers. You know what I mean? That you're just doing you get up a little bit earlier and you find these power pockets during the day, or maybe you're starting to skip some shows at night. And I never want you to feel like you're doing it for no financial benefit, because at the end of the day, we run a business and I want to help you reach your goals, whether it's covering your shake so that financial burden is not on top of your family, so that you can keep working on you and your energy is still high and your cravings stay low and you keep progressing on this journey where you feel good in your skin and that ripple effects into all areas of your life. Or if you're trying to get to a place where you can, go on date night with your husband or pay off debt so it's not the main source of friction in your family, or maybe be able to pay for, football camps or gymnastics or soccer camps this summer, or maybe it's just new cleats for baseball. Whatever it is that you're working towards, I want to make sure that we are moving, meaning taking action towards that, and that I'm guiding you in that. But I have got to get you on the other side to put into action things I'm teaching you instead of getting ready to get ready. An organization is generally what trips people up. So all you need is a paper. All you need is paper. And then I'll tell you what I did when I first started, because Doug Fitzgerald told me to. He said, write down 100 names. Just don't even think about it. You don't prejudge anybody. You're not like, oh, they're skinny, because they don't need it. We got a lot of people on our team that didn't look like they needed this tribe, that they looked like they didn't need their confidence to be lifted. They looked like they didn't have any insecurities. They didn't look like they needed anything we had. But ask them. Save some of their lives. So don't prejudge anyone. And because behind every one person, there's 2,000 people. There's 2,000 people. And so, look through Facebook, look through the people that you've gone to school with, your coworkers, your spouse's coworkers, with the mindset of how can I serve these people? I've been given a gift. I have this opportunity to create a purpose-driven business, right? And as you write people's names down, you have to realize those names are going to become you are the name of someone. You are the name on someone's list at one point in time of someone that they wanted to build a relationship with, a genuine relationship, find a need, and help serve you. And your life has been changed. And those are what those names are going to become. So you need to not prejudge. I'm so grateful mine didn't prejudge this girl who was a personal trainer and looked like she had it all working for her. Her husband was a jet pilot in the Marine Corps. And why would she ever need anything like that? She looked fairly fit. She taught fitness classes. She ran her own boot camp classes. She was very knowledgeable. Why would this girl, Summer Tucker, need anything like that? I'm so glad she didn't prejudge me, because it saved my marriage. It surrounded me by you guys. It's changed me. I found my faith stronger than it has ever been. My husband has found his faith again. You can't even put a price tag on it. So please, I'm begging you not to prejudge anybody, but to put their name down. Okay, so after you do that, you get 100, 200, and every day you're adding, because that list is everything. Anybody that runs a business, anybody that runs a construction business, anybody that runs a lawn mowing business, anybody that cuts hair for a living, anybody that runs a church, anybody that runs PTO, anybody that runs anything like that needs a list. And we're not any different. And it is all the heart condition involved. Our heart is to create a purpose-driven business, not a purpose-driven non-profit. You know what I mean? But a purpose, and then you can do whatever you want with it. If you're like, dude, I'm good. I don't need any more money. My husband makes a good living. I like what I do. Awesome. Not everybody is that blessed. And as you make money, you can donate it. As a tribe, we donate to King's Ransom. We bid houses for the extreme poor in Nicaragua. You can do that. You can do whatever you want with it. You can decide to be debt-free and pay off your mortgage in 5 years like Kelly Rodenhouse did. It's completely up to you, but it all starts with this list. Okay, after you have that list, what you are going to do is you are going to love bomb people. You're going to start connecting, right? And so how did I do that at the beginning? I highlighted names. So I would go through and I'd highlight 10 people I was going to focus on that week, and I would start love bombing them, right? I would start commenting, and like I teach in the invite training, a comment plus a question equals a conversation. I want a genuine conversation. I want to know these people. I want to know their hearts. I want to get to a point where I know their fears. How can I serve them through what I have, whether it's one of my stories in marriage, or whether it's just not being a slave to the scale anymore, or surrounding them by some of you guys that have overcome some really big things in your life that they need to see that hope, right? And so that's my intention. And so every week I would highlight a new 10 people, right? And I would continue to love bomb these. It was super simple, right? And then in another highlighter, I had my people that I was going to invite. That I wasn't going to wait. I wasn't going to hold their future captive in my mouth. And every single week I invited 10 people. Every single day I did it 2, 2, 2. I always did that. At least 10 people. Some people now do it all on Monday, but for me, it was easier for me to do 2 a day and just to get it out, right? And we talk about that at Invite Training, but that all starts, this is your organization. That's all that you need, right? And then look. Okay, so I had that. I left like 20 pages in the front of my book because I had 3 rows of names, right? And I knew I was going to be adding to it. And then I started, when someone would respond to me, I wrote their name down and I wrote what date. And then I took little notes on them as we corresponded. It generally took time, right? And as I said, hey, have you ever considered doing a 30-day group with me? I just really think it would be something that you would really enjoy, that it could really serve you and get you surrounded by some amazing women, you know? And as they told me no, because they all did, every one of them told me no. No, I very rarely have anybody tell me yes right off the bat, right? Usually takes me a while because we're human, they're human, right? We're building trust, right? I write down the first date that I invited them, right? And then I know that I'm going to follow up on the relationship in a few days. Hey girl, did you think any more about that? Is it, you know, I want to make sure that I get you surrounded, right? And so I'm just taking notes and continue to love bomb these people, right? And the notes aren't pretty and it's not super organized, right? And when I write someone's name, you probably can't see it. I leave a couple spots between so I can take notes, but sometimes the notes end up on the side and wrapped around. You want to know why? Because I just had to start. I just had to start, and a lot of times we start trying to figure out these Excel spreadsheets, and we're printing off this, and we're printing off that. We need to go get a 3-ring binder, and we need to go get this. When dang it, if we would just start, we would start working towards that $250. That would change our family's lives. $250. I'll never forget the first time Chad and I made that. You know, and then when we made $500, I thought we made the flipping jackpot. I was like, what in the world? This is life-changing. My heart rate didn't go through the roof when we went through the grocery store anymore. I could go get coffee with Chad for date night or go to Applebee's. I'm serious. That's how simple. We lived paycheck to paycheck and in the red. We had cars we shouldn't have. We had $100,000 worth of debt. And I didn't know how else it was going to change because Chad's income was fixed. I didn't see that going anywhere. Do you see what I'm saying? And so I had to start out with that mindset. $250. Awesome. Okay, how do I make $500? And it all started out with this list. Just simple. It's just a journal that I have now. And you can get you can get loose leaf paper and clip them together with those clips. Or you can go get in your kids, book bag and take out the one they didn't use all year, and take the leftover and get started on your business, right? And just write everybody's name down, right? And then just start highlighting names that you're going to plug into each week, right? And who you're going to invite. It's super simple, and anytime I felt overwhelmed, I just went back to the list and I said, okay, I refuse to hold anybody's future captive in my mouth. I'm going to invite this person. I know her. I see her around town. I see her at the events. I know that she needs help. I'm going to reach out to her. And all I said is, hey, this has been on my heart. And I swore to myself that I would never keep anybody's future captive in my mouth. So the last thing I want to do is hurt your feelings, but I also don't want to assume that you don't need the community that has saved my life and my marriage. So have you ever considered doing a challenge group with me? You know what the cool part is now I can voice message that. You know what I'm saying? And have they told me no? Absolutely. And then they watch me on Facebook and they know I'm still here and they know that I'm working on myself and they know that I'm a mom like them and they know that I'm trying and they know that I'm following up. Hey girl, I saw that you went out on a date with your husband. I love that girl. You look gorgeous. You know what I mean? They know that I'm not just here just if I can make a quick buck. I'm here to serve them. And that is how I feel about everyone on my list, right? And so then I had a planner. Because you're probably wondering, but what about the 3 to 5 people that are going to join me this month? What about the 3 to 5 people that are going to join me? Because I'm not going to stop until I find them. That was my mentality 7 years ago. I am not going to stop until I find them. I don't care if it takes me 30 invites. I don't care if it takes me 40 invites. I don't care if it takes me 100 invites. I'm going to plant the seed and I'm going to run this business like my life depends on it, because it did. Financially, it did for Chad and I. You know, if you looked into our future, it really did. So I don't know where you're at. You know, I don't know if you struggle financially. I don't know if you have debt. I don't know if that's the main source of your fight. I don't know if you wish you could put your kids in a camp. I don't know if you wish you could afford more vacations, make more memories. I don't know what it is for you. But I do know for me, my why, what I was willing to work for 30 minutes in the morning, a power pocket in the afternoon, and a nighttime training, a little power pocket at night. I knew that that was worth it, and I wasn't going to stop. That ejection was not an option, right? And so this is what I worked from. And then I had a planner, and when the 3 to 5 people joined me, see this right here? I just wrote at the top right here, I just wrote, like, let's just say, May Challengers, and I just wrote their names down. That's it. I just wrote their names down. I might make little notes like wants to lose 20 pounds, frustrated in her marriage, has a 2-year-old. You know, like little notes, like, and sometimes again, the notes would wrap up over the side. It wasn't anything crazy, but I knew the whole month of May, I was loving on these people. I was going to lead by example. I was going to push play. I was going to give them hope. I was going to give them tips of how I was pushing play with a 10-month-old and a 4-year-old and a deployed husband and a fixer-upper house in between all the paying of the bills and doing the dishes and doing the laundry and fixing the refrigerator when it broke and mowing the lawn, and the list goes on. You know, getting the kids to the things they needed to go and all that, doing swim lessons with Riley. Oh my gosh, the things I wanted to show them and give them hope that they can put themselves first. And so I just had those 3 to 5 names right up here. And every day I checked on them. Every day I led by example. How you doing, girl? You know, did you push play today? It wasn't anything mind-blowing, but their names were right here. So guess what? When I got my first coach, they went right here. Their name. I just wrote their name. Wants to make an extra $100 to pay for their shakes so she doesn't have to quit drinking them. Awesome. I can show her how to do that. You know what I mean? And then the next coach, I just put the next coach name right under that person. Discount. Okay, she's a VIP challenger. Then the next person, next name, wants to leave her job. Woo! Okay, girl, we got to hustle. You see what I'm saying? And so that's it. I just wrote it right here. It wasn't fancy. It wasn't on some huge questionnaire or anything like that. And every month, right, or every week, because mine's a weekly planner, when I turned the page, I took the challengers' names and I rewrote them that week. Every Sunday I did that. I rewrote their names. I rewrote their goals a little bit, the notes that I had. I did the same with my coaches, and it kept it fresh right here. And that's all I did. And I funneled down into my planner what I needed to do during my little power pockets each day. And those were the 2 things. That and my phone is mainly what I worked from. That's how I built my business. I built the business rocking Riley in the middle of the night sometimes. I built the business feeding Ollie when Chad was deployed the second time. I built that business on that phone with with a planner and paper. That's it. That's it. And I didn't overthink it. Now, of course, since then, since I have a downline of 15,000 people, I have an Excel spreadsheet now. You know, you guys are all here. I want to keep track of you. I want to write things down that you're doing. But you guys, I'm still only working 20 hours a week, right? And I'm keeping it simple. And so let's not overcomplicate this business, okay? Let's get this organizational thing and just kind of take that off our shoulders. Go get yourself a planner. Get yourself some paper. Get your phone and say, ejection's not an option. This is what I'm doing. I am going to invite until I get 3 to 5 people. And if everybody tells me no, I'm going to get them into a 5-day challenge, and I'm going to show them how much this process has changed my life, and I'm going to lead by example. That's it. Every single month. That's what I do. I invite first for the 30-day challenge. I don't invite just for the 5-day. I go in saying, man, have you ever considered a 30-day? They give me a whole bunch of objections because we are wired that way. And then they give me a whole bunch of pushback, and I'm like, hey, I don't want you to do anything you don't want to do. I don't want to pressure you. So why don't we just start with the 5-day? Let's just see if we're a good fit together. Let's just see if this is something that can really propel you forward. We'll build a foundation. I'll take you through the same little tips that built the foundation for me that completely changed my life, and all include with a meal plan and all kinds of things to take pressure off your shoulders. And then I'm also going to include four of the shakes for you to try to see if they help you the way they did help me with my energy and my cravings and took a meal off my shoulders. And then we'll go from there. The worst that could happen is you get some really awesome tools to continue on by yourself. The best thing that could happen is what happened to me. It changed my life. Do you guys see what I'm saying? I do that over and over and over again, all starting with a list, a planner, and a phone. That's all I needed. It goes everywhere. I'm the light, like when Chad goes with me to events and stuff, he's like, you got everything? I'm like, yep, I got my list, I got my planner, and I got my phone. Let's go. I'm the lightest packer. You know what I mean? Every once in a while, I'll take my computer. It's like a really thin MacBook, like Air. I'll take it with me, but I still hardly ever open it, and I work on my phone. Simple, right? And so you guys, I want us to take the hard out of this. $250 is really simple. Get your list. Start identifying who you're going to love bomb, who you're going to invite. Each month, you flip it over and you say, okay, this month I'm going to focus on these people. Do you see what I'm saying? You just keep writing names down. You keep taking notes on people. Doesn't have to be pretty. Doesn't have to make a bunch of sense. We just have to do it. And you know what? There's a bunch of people's lives that are depending on it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.